This is Sheshacharan from Astrogat Mysore. So we had been doing a lot of yogas. Today I am introducing one more yoga known as the Bahu Putra yoga. I am not introducing it. It is there already as per the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra and also by many other savants of astrology. But I am just trying to teach it across. So there are two major conditions for Bahu Putra yoga. What is the meaning of Bahu Putra yoga? Lot of children. Bahu means many, Putra means Santana here, not that it is a male child, it is Asankyata Santana Yoga, number of children. This is not a particular count that Ekaputra Yoga which happens from sun or something like that. This is Bahuputra Yoga. So this is given by Rahu. So most of the times when Rahu is in the 5th house, I have seen in charts that people have more than 2 children, that is 3 children now. Because earlier days, people would have, when the family planning and nothing was there, no family planning was there, or there was no idea of, restriction of, the children, the population, nothing was there. So then 11, 13, 15 children were there. For a single mother, I am trying to tell you. Not for the whole family when there is a polygamous, no, I am talking about a monogamy where husband and wife only had, both had a lot of children. So nowadays, having 3 children, it's a huge thing. So as time progresses, the yogas will have to be understood and applied on Desha, Kala, Vartamana. Vartamana is the present time, Kala is the era in which the formula has to be applied, and Desha is the place where actually it has to be applied. Like for example, I cannot apply this Bahuputra yoga in a restricted place where you cannot have more than 1 or 2 children. Like for example, China. I cannot apply this Bahuputra yoga there. And if people keep asking me that why, then how come they are not born under the same thing, and how come it's not applicable there? Does not Rahu work in China? It only works outside China. It's nothing like that. Please try to understand. It is Desha, Kala, Vartamana. This is mundane specific. It is specific to that particular area, and each area goes through its own horoscope and its own transit, its own prarabdha, that is the karma. So even earth also has its own karma. So I would not go into those big issues. So people will unnecessarily comment on that. I don't want all those comments. And I want good comments, like feedbacks, like people who are having Rahu in the 5th would comment that yes, I have had 3 children, I have had 4 children. That would be a welcome comment for me, because it would add more, strength to this yoga. It will actually give more fortification and just verification to this yoga. So okay, let us go into this particular thing. Rahu in the 5th house. Other than Saturn's Navamsha. So that's what I have written in English as Rahu in the 5th, other than Saturn's sign in the D9 chart. So that means, in this case, I have put both the conditions in this particular chart. It's just an hypothetical chart. So let us say Rahu is in the 5th house, in Simha. The Navamsha of Simha starts from the 5th from it, because it is a Sthira Rashi, 159. Sorry, 195. It starts from the 9th from it. 195. So it starts from the 9th from it. So it starts from here. So I think I have put it in a wrong place. Yeah. Let me change it. So these calculations happen when I am teaching. I'll understand where I have gone wrong. Okay. So let us do this. So 195. So Sthira Rashi, it starts from the 9th house from itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have just put a hypothetical just to make you understand that it starts from here. 195 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the 9 amshas of Simha. Very safely done, because none of the amshas of Simha fall in the sign of which is owned by Saturn. So that is what it is. Rahu should not be placed here in the D9 chart, either in the Aquarius or in the Capricorn. So if Rahu is not placed here and in the D1 chart it is placed in the 5th house, the first condition applies. That means there will be lot of progeny. So now if people keep asking that whether it is good quality children or just children, this is just children. That is, the fertility increases. It's not about the quality, because if you want a good quality progeny or a good quality spouse, you need to have a benefic like Jupiter in the 5th house, which actually will give rise to, Karako Bhavanashaya. But still, there are many cases wherein Jupiter in the 5th house, exalted Jupiter in the 5th house in normal positions, has given children. It's not that Jupiter in the 5th will, make the person sterile. It's impossible. So I have a lot of charts to prove that Karako Bhavanashaya always doesn't work unless there are some other negative factors. So this I have explained earlier. I'm going fast, let me go slow. So the 5th house placement of Rahu in the D1 chart and its relevant placement depending on. So now, because it is placed here, very clearly we can understand that Rahu is in Makha Nakshatra, first quarter. Makha 1. So that means because it is Makha 1 in the Navamsha, it falls in Mesha. So we can see that Rahu sat in the 5th and Rahu in Aries in the D9 chart satisfies the first formula or the first condition. So this is Bahu Putra Yoga. There is a second condition. It's a little complicated but easily understood when you see the illustration. I will, before reading this out, I think everybody can see this, but before understanding this, let us go into the practical understanding of how this yoga works. The 7th lord for this chart, that is D1, is Shukra, that is Venus. And Venus is placed in the 9th house along with Jupiter. So who is the associate of Venus, which is the 7th lord? Jupiter. So now Jupiter is important here. That means any planet which is associated with the 7th lord in the D1, its position in the D9 has to be verified. So here in the D9, it is placed in Scorpio. In D9 it is placed in Scorpio and the Lord of Scorpio. See, that means, once again I'll tell. The 7th Lord is Venus. Venus, 7th Lord. Its associate is Jupiter. It is associate. That is, there is a conjunction. It is sitting along with the 7th Lord. So this gets that strength. Its position in the D9 is Scorpio. And the Lord of Scorpio, that is Mars. And now taking this back to D1, the position of Mars should be either the 1st, the 2nd or the 5th house from the ascendant.
It's a triangle.
Yeah, it's a triangle. So it's either the 1st, 2nd or the 5th. So that means what I have written here, position of, that is in D1, position in the Rashi Kundali of the Lord of the sign occupied by the planet associated with the 7th Lord in D1 should be either, that is this particular thing, this particular condition gives out Mars. So Mars should be either in the 1st, 2nd or 5th from the ascendant in D1. So very clear. In this illustration it is Mars. So in this particular condition, Bahu Putra Yoga will once again happen. So this Bahu Putra Yoga goes ahead to give good progeny, good children who are actually worthwhile. So this will give children because of the fertility you keep getting children, but the parents might go through, I am not telling will always go through, So that should not be an again a thumb rule or a thing which you should take as a yardstick and then tell always that you have fifth house Rahu, that means you will have bad children or disobeying children or disobedient children, nothing like that. So you should see where Rahu is. If Rahu is in Aquarius and if Rahu is in Taurus and Rahu is very near to Mithuna, that is Mrigashira Nakshatra, why will the children be disobedient? They will be very obedient and very good also, fruitful. So let us not simply jump into the points of it's going to be totally disastrous, nothing like that. So Rahu in the fifth and not in Saturn's Navamsha, the first one will give rise to lot of that is good fertility. That is, you yourself mentally will have to tell, yes, we don't want any more children, we are enough with the two. So you will have to curtail it, using methods, scientific methods nowadays. So if that is not curtailed and if you simply have children, you keep on having children. So that's what is Bahu Putra Yoga. So I'll be taking up another, there are 2-3 Putra Yogas like the Datta Putra Yoga, that is adoptions, which is very important to understand about how Datta Putra Yoga will happen. Eka Putra Yoga, that is single Santana, that is single child, or also Aputra Yogas, that is childlessness. So let us go through these things in the later coming yogas and the coming days. Thank you.